raise you guys up a little. I still feel like you're crooked.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I just wanted to sit down with you and chat about all things YouTube. I tend to get a lot of questions about how I manage my YouTube, including how I shoot my videos, how I edit my videos, like the equipment and stuff that I use. So I want to break it all down for you guys within this video and just talk about how I do YouTube and really the steps that I follow every time I watch a YouTube video. So if you guys like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because we are almost at 1,000 subscribers. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. First things first, we need to talk about equipment. I am currently shooting on a Canon EOS M50 and I am obsessed with this camera. I got it about 2 months ago and compared to what I was shooting on, this camera has such great quality videos. I am so happy with it. But what I will say, the first few videos I shot on this camera, I honestly was not happy and I just didn't like the picture quality that came with the factory settings that are built into this camera. So I had to do a lot of research and do a lot of test videos, honestly, to figure out what kind of picture quality I liked and what picture style I liked for my video. So I did jot down some notes for you guys in case you do have a Canon EOS M50 as well and you want to change the picture style. The settings that I am currently using, I am still within the auto setting of picture style, but I adjusted it so the strength is now at 6, the contrast is at -1, the saturation is at 1, and the color tone is -1. Next, we have got my tripod right here, which is what I use to shoot every single one of my videos. I do shoot all my videos on my own, so I will use this bad boy. I also have a small tripod that I like to use when I am shooting videos of me sitting at my desk, or if I'm sitting on the couch and I want to shoot from the coffee table, I will set this up on a table and I will shoot that way. Then I've got my lights. I've shown you guys my lights before. I do use these, especially when I am shooting video in my office or if the lighting outside is really bad and I cannot use natural lighting. So I do use these lights. I have got 2 of them and I love them, and they're very tall. As you can see, I think they go up higher than that. Yeah, they go up even taller than me. And that's my light. Now, I shoot most of my YouTube videos on Tuesday. Tuesday is my video content creation day, so I'll try to shoot as many YouTube videos as possible. Typically, that's only 2 YouTube videos. Sometimes it's 3. I have done 4 in a day before, but typically I would say it's 2 YouTube videos, and then I will edit the video on that day as well. Unless I cannot get it done, then I will edit it sometime later that week. But when it comes to shooting my YouTube videos, the very first thing that I will do, I will take a look at my content calendar and I will see what YouTube video I have planned to shoot that day. And if it's not something that I want to shoot, I will move things around and I'll see what other ideas I have, and I will decide on what video I am then going to shoot. At that point, I grab my journal, I grab a pen, and I will start jotting down my ideas of what I want to include in that YouTube video. Typically, I will do this the night before I'm shooting YouTube videos. I like to do it Monday night. Alex is typically out of the house. However, I just got back from a camping trip and I didn't get the opportunity to brainstorm the video that I'm shooting today. So I'm going to create an outline for that video right now. And the video I'm going to shoot is how to write a blog post for beginners. So let's do this. Not only will I outline the main bullet points and the things that I want to cover in the YouTube video, I will also jot down where I want the shot to be taken and how I really want the scene to be played out, because there are some scenes where I will then overlap with a screenshot of my computer, or I'll pop up a certain thing to show you guys just to make the video a bit more interesting. And that's the exact same thing with jumping around to different locations and changing the shot. It makes it a bit more interesting for you guys instead of just sitting here and talking to you for the end of time. If you guys would like to see a video talking about how I outline my YouTube videos and how to create a proper structure for a YouTube video, let me know in the comment section down below, because I do think that is something that is so important when it comes to the success of your YouTube videos. From there, I will set up my shots, and most of my shots are taken either in my living room or in my office, and both of those places will need a little bit of soundproofing just because I have got a lot of hardwoods. So what I'll do, I'll throw down blankets and I will throw down pillows, and I will make sure that most of the hardwood is covered, because that will help to really absorb the sound when I am actually shooting my YouTube video. And then I am ready to start shooting. Now, most of my YouTube videos do include multiple scenes where I jump around my house, or I change the angle, or I just kind of shift where the camera is to add a little bit more interest to my YouTube videos. So I will just go around the house and do different shots as I see fit. Sometimes I will run through the normal script of the YouTube video the way I want it played out. So I will shoot all the scenes in the correct order. Other times, if I know that I want 2 scenes in the exact same spot, I will shoot those 2 scenes and I will kind of shoot it out of order. But what I will say why is that makes it a little bit harder for me to understand what I just said in the last scene to make sure that it flows nicely into the new scene. And when I shoot my YouTube videos, I shoot the same scene over and over and over again until I get it right. Before you do anything, it's just the way I work. I know I tell you guys not to be a perfectionist, but when it comes to my YouTube videos, sometimes I am definitely a perfectionist. Once all the video is shot, I will upload it to my computer, and I do use iMovie to edit my videos. In the future, I will probably get Final Cut Pro. I know a lot of YouTubers talk about Final Cut Pro, but if you are a beginner and you have an Apple product, it automatically comes with iMovie for free. So you might as well use iMovie for your editing if you do not have the money to invest in Final Cut Pro. Now, let's talk about the editing stage of my YouTube videos, because there's a lot that goes into the editing process, and I've talked about this before. I can spend upwards of 8 hours working on just the editing of a YouTube video. And take it from me, guys, I am not a professional editor. I do not do anything really fancy when it comes to my editing. I do some cropping, I add some music, I will add some like overlays and pop-ups and things like that, but my editing is really not advanced by any means, and I'm totally okay with that. So the first thing I'll do, I'll take all the files that I shot that day and I will import them into my iMovie into one specific project. At this point, my video is 30 plus minutes long, and I have got a lot of content that I have to narrow down. So the very first thing I will do, I will just sit down and I will run through all of the content. I will cut out breaks and I will get it to the point where I like the script of the video. Yeah, I do not do any real editing at this point. I am just making sure that I like the text that is included in the video. Yeah, and this takes a while, but this is my personal preference. I like to know the layout and the flow of the video before I do anything fancy. Then at that point, I will typically go in and I will run through the video one more time, and I will add some of those cropping. So if I want to crop in, if I want to do like a slow fade in or whatever I want to do, I will do that at this point and see if I can add more interest that way. I will also go in and I will add those text overlay screens that typically share my main point that I am talking about in the YouTube video. And then if there are screen captures that I need to take on my computer or other shots or things that I need to get, I will make sure that I get those at this point, and I will add them where I see fit. At this point, my video is pretty much complete when it comes to the content of what is included in the video, but there's a little bit more work that needs to be done. The first thing, I need to add background music. I like to add background music to all of my YouTube videos. Then it comes down to color correction, and I've actually gotten a couple questions about how I color correct my videos, and I will tell you again, I do not do anything fancy. Really, it all comes down to the quality of the video that you get when you are shooting it on your camera. If you have got a crappy quality image, it makes it a lot harder to color correct. And when I first got this camera, I did not enjoy the way that I was color correcting because I didn't like the way that I was shooting on this camera. So now that I am happy with these settings, there are a few things that I will just adjust to fix the color correction. And what I like to focus on is if there is a white area within the image, I try to make that as accurate as possible. Now I will say that I tend to favor cooler tones. So my videos tend to be a little bit more of a cooler tone compared to a warmer tone. But I will adjust the saturation. I will typically increase it a little bit. I will typically drop the warmth to make it a little bit cooler. I will sometimes increase the exposure, and I most definitely almost always move not the shadows, not the highlights, but the center dot a little bit to the left to make the contrast a bit sharper. That is my personal preference. That is how I color correct, and what I would recommend to you guys is just see kind of like what looks best, what looks the most natural, and what seems like an image that would come from your eyes and not like it's crazy produced on the computer. Then a special little trick for you guys, something that I am so glad that I found out, is if you do your color correction at the end of your editing stages, just like me, you have to edit every single clip individually, and that is really a pain in the butt. So what you can do, you can select one clip, edit it, and then you can right click it, copy it, and then up in the settings, you can actually paste adjustments and you can paste the color correction. So any of the clips that are shot in this scene, I will simply copy all of them and paste the color correction, and it will adjust all of those videos and make them look the exact same, which is great. Some other things that I do add to my videos are those transitions where a scene like kind of slides over and then it has the golf hit sound. I will make this slide happen at 0.3 seconds, and I will add the golf hit sound to make sure that it makes sense, and I will also drop the volume of that because the golf hit sound is so loud when it's just itself. And then at the end of my video, what I will do, I will add a background black screen for 10 seconds. And then that is the end of my video. That includes my subscribe button, and it includes 3 other videos for someone to watch, hopefully encouraging them to watch more videos on my YouTube channel. At this point, I can title the file if I didn't title it already within iMovie, and then I will export it and save it to my computer. I do also have a backup of all of my YouTube videos on my external hard drive because YouTube videos videos, I mean, they're large, they take up a lot of space on my computer, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you know that I struggle with space on my computer, so I will oftentimes delete them off my computer, but I've got a backup on my external hard drive. Once my video is completely exported, I will then upload it to YouTube, and at that time, I will then go in and I will edit my thumbnail. This is something that I didn't talk about, and I really should have put in a little bit earlier, but after I am done shooting my YouTube video, I will sit down and I will shoot a thumbnail for that YouTube video. I do not just take a screen capture of the video, of the clips. I will actually shoot a photo that is going to be my thumbnail for the YouTube video. So at this point, I go into my phone and I edit the thumbnail the way that I would like it to look. And I go based off of the editing that I do for my Instagram photos. So if you guys are curious about how I edit my Instagram photos, I will include a video in the description bar down below for you guys. Then once the image is edited, I will airdrop it from my iPhone to my iMac, and I will then create the final product of my thumbnail in Canva. If you guys do not use Canva, I highly recommend it. It is a free website design platform. It's freaking awesome and I love it. So at this point, I will go in and I will add some text overlay and I will finalize what my thumbnail is going to look like. Now we're at the final stages of my YouTube video, and I would like to say that this part goes by within like 5 minutes, but that's just not true because I'm a detailed oriented person. I like to perform my keyword research. I like to make sure that things are done right. So I will take my time when it comes to the final stages of launching my YouTube video. So when you have the video uploaded to YouTube, there are a few things that I think you need to pay attention to. The first one, you need to upload a custom thumbnail. If you are not uploading a custom thumbnail, what the heck are you doing? You're hurting your growth on the platform. The second thing, you need to make sure that you are including a quality title. And I take a decent amount of time coming up with a title that I am going to include in my video because I want to make sure that the appropriate keywords are there and that it's kind of click worthy and you guys want to click on it. At this point, I will add my end screen to my YouTube video. So I will adjust the videos that are added on that black screen at the end, and I will add cards if there are any cards that seem appropriate. If you guys do not know what cards are, it's the little I button that appears at the top here where it suggests another video that you can watch. So if I'm ever talking about something and I say you can go ahead and click up here, it's actually on my left side, you can go ahead and do that and it will pop up. So I try to make sure that that pops up at the appropriate time. Once those two things are done, I will add my description. Now, if you are not working on your description, again, your description is important because it's another place for you to include keywords. So what I will do with my description, I will not only add a little snippet about what the video is about, but I will also add all relevant YouTube videos and blog posts that I think my audience will enjoy. I will add all of the things that I mentioned in my YouTube video as well. And that takes a little bit of time to come up with and curate. But once that is done, then I will go in and add my tags. And this again takes a little bit of time because I do my keyword research and I make sure that I am including the appropriate tags within my video. Then before I hit publish or I schedule the YouTube video to go live in the future, I will select whatever playlist is appropriate for that YouTube video and I will schedule the video or I will launch it in that moment. Now that is not it when it comes to my YouTube process because guys, I'm over the top. I've got some things I have to do. I want to make sure that I'm doing as much as possible to grow my YouTube channel. So when the video is launched, whenever it is live, I will sit down and watch it through to make sure that I give it its very first view and that it increases the audience retention rate by watching it the whole way through. I will also like my own YouTube videos because it does really help to support me. So I want to support me, obviously. And then I will pin it to Pinterest as well. And I will create a blog post that includes that YouTube video to help promote it even more. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into my YouTube process. I feel like I've been sitting down talking to you guys forever about all the steps that goes into just creating one YouTube video, and I typically launch 2 or 3 YouTube videos a week because I launch YouTube videos every 3 days. So creating YouTube videos does take a lot of time, but it's something that I'm really passionate about and I really want my YouTube channel to grow, and I honestly enjoy connecting with you guys and sharing this content here on my platform. So if you guys like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel while you are down there. And if there's any other video that you would like to see here soon about YouTube, my YouTube process, or just anything that you guys know I talk about, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys back here really soon. Bye guys. My foot is falling asleep because I'm sitting on it. I want it to wake up. Hold up, I need a burp. Excuse me. Hold on, there's a trucker. Really, that's it. My foot is so asleep right now, it's like painful. Wow, that was long.